What's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and we got more updates on this Ja Morant news now. Um, Social media, one thing I've seen that's been very interesting on there is the reaction to T Morant. Everybody's like, they compare him to all these supportive fathers that's always there for their sons. Not saying he isn't, but they're like, where is the fatherly advice when you see a young man doing something, that isn't wise? You could see these events accumulating. It's almost like a timeline, and it's headed to a path that is destructive. You see that there ain't no light at the end of that tunnel, and that tunnel, it ends with a brick wall right there at the end, and he's going over 100 miles per hour in that direction. So before he crashes out, they're like, where is that uncomfortable conversation with Ja at this point? Yeah, he may get mad, he may storm out. It may be some words exchanged, but in the back of his mind, he's gonna know, man, my father loves me. Sometimes when you have these conversations with people, it's not for them to receive it right in that moment. It's to plant that seed, so when they sitting alone, when things arise in their life, they're able to analyze them and apply what you said to whatever situation comes. Because one thing for sure, he knows his pops has always been there and always been with him, a part of his journey to get to the league. So why is T not having these conversations? And then you look and you be like, oh, he's sitting over there with the rappers, the Memphis rappers specifically, that has beef with another group of Memphis rappers. And it's something that happened at one of these games. I keep telling y'all, one of the DJs that was playing Young Dolph's music was jumped allegedly, and I ain't gonna say no more about that, but this was after his death, and I heard it from one of the Memphis Hustle staff. I'm just gonna leave it there, okay? But to continue with that, man, a lot of us just want to see Ja get back on the path, man, because this is not it. This is not it. These companies working with him, and the fact that Nike hasn't dropped him, but they dropped Kyrie so fast, or got rid of Kyrie so fast, it shows me where their interest lies, and what they prioritize over other things. Like, it's crazy. So AJ Brown spoke on Ja Morant, and he's basically saying, like, why are you doing this, in so many words? Like, you don't have to be a part of the trenches. You could be from there, but you choose to be there. Almost like a flunky trying to prove that they belong in that life and they bout that. Check out what AJ Brown had to say, and I'll be back with my commentary.
What do you think the Grizz is gonna do?
So your boy trying to be Larry Hoover, man.
Boy. Young fella is true, bro.
Chill.
You just chill.
It's Memphis, bro.
I said that people tell me y'all crazy.
Nah, it's Memphis. You around it. You around it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we know what it is. We know what it is.
like he ain't got to be around it though. It's crazy.
He sure as hell don't.
That might really put himself in them trenches.
They say, hey, John, we fuck with you. Say, I can ride with y'all. I can ride with y'all. All right.
So yeah, man, you see them, they up there clowning them, like, pretty much like, man, you ain't even about all that. That's the vibes they was giving me. Like, they know he's not about that, and he's trying to prove something to an audience that is gonna laugh and put memes up of him when he crashes out. That's the reality of the situation. Always being the toughest guy is not, that's not a sustainable lifestyle. You're not going to always come out on top in that world. Trust me. You're not. You just, you feel invincible until it gets real, until it hits the fan. If something don't happen to you, it'll happen to someone around you. And for him, I would say he would end up like Javaris Crittenton, but this would be a fall from grace, like, one of the top players in the world being in that situation, man. And T Morant as a father, all that celebrating, all that being on the sideline, being all up in the camera, like Suge said about Puppet, all in the videos. Instead of doing all that, and living your second childhood, living vicariously through Ja and wanting to be the star with Ja, it's time to steer him back on the right path, because now he has a warped sense of reality and what that is. He has that mentality like, I'm the only one that got guns and I'm the toughest guy in the world and nobody would be dumb enough to try me. And that's the most dangerous mentality you can have, man. Like, thinking you the only one, thinking you one-on-one in street life is not a recipe for success. And he's already figured out the recipe for success. All he has to do is continue to train, continue to go out there and lead the team, be the face of the city, continue to rack up endorsements. I mean, his style of play obviously is the type of player you would want to buy his sneakers. The marketability is going down by the minute right now, but it has nothing to do with his game or nothing like that. It's a self-destruction thing that's going on to keep it real, to show the people that you grew up with that you're the same person you were in 8th grade, or the same person you were in 9th grade. And to make sure you maintain that and they know you stay solid in that way. And that right there, my friends, is very unfortunate, because this wouldn't be reciprocated if they were in your position. Make no mistake about it, they only hold you down this way. They only jump up at the drop of a dime because you're Ja Morant and you are the bag. What people would do for you or with you without the bag is telling. And I ain't saying these guys aren't loyal to you to some degree, and they could have been there before the bag, but the bag only enhances it, and the people that would tell you, Ja, put that down, Ja, don't go live. If you're gonna do that, don't go live. Ja, don't do this, don't do that. He needs more of that around. Right now he has a plethora of yes men around him. And it shows that he has several yes men around him, because they obviously don't tell him anything he doesn't like to hear. And that's never good. Like, you might need to have an argument with your homie because they come in at you and then sit back and think about what they saying and why they saying it. You need that kind of homie sometimes. Not somebody that's just always telling you how you should do things, but when it's something destructive and it vexes your spirit that they coming at you in a certain way, then you should consider the intentions of that person, especially if they don't want to see you incarcerated. These guys are moving in a way where they're not thinking about how you can be there for your daughter. And I always mention her because she's going to be the one that, if you're not this big glamorous Ja Morant and something goes left and you lose it all, she's the one that's still daddy to me. So she's the one that feels that. Now these gentlemen, I don't know, trying to be the toughest, man, I just can't understand it. But I'm pretty sure, who am I, right? Who am I that it even matters? But from my perspective, I just want to see you continue to provide for your family. There's no need to get to this level to throw it away. Oh yeah, and that's another thing. I'm sorry, I almost forgot. And the people of Memphis is not feeling it either, because they're like, wait, the city is really plagued by gun violence. You're the face of the city, the NBA star, supposed to be what hope represents, in the city. Like, for the kid that's thinking about picking up guns, they might say, you know what? I ain't gonna pick up no gun. When I get older, I'm gonna be just like Ja Morant. Whether I'm playing football, basketball, baseball, anything, I'm gonna get to the highest level in sports like Ja Morant because he inspires me that much. That same group of kids now, they're like, oh, I can get there playing with guns. You give them a warped sense of reality of how they can get there. They're like, Ja, he never stopped keeping it real, and he's at the highest level. So why would I have to move any differently, man? I can just do what I want. I can just be who I am and just show it with my talent, and I'll make it to that level. That's the message that they feel like it's starting to send, and people aren't feeling that, man. So that's what I would say. Ja, just be alert, man. Be alert of who you impacting and what you impacting. And do you want your daughter dating someone that carries these firearms around like that when she gets older? This time gonna go by fast, brother. Trust me. Your kid's gonna grow up fast, and they're gonna see how daddy was moving. Do you want her to deal with a certain type of individual? Just something to think about, like on all levels. Just something to think about. I ain't questioning your parental skills. The photo ops look good. The videos look good where you dribbling with her pregame and stuff. But when the cameras turn off, are you still being that father that you should be to her? And we all have to work on that every day. It's not like a thing you figure out completely for no one. I'm just saying, are you being that example of a man that will be her husband way in the future one day? Are you that example for what a man should be? Just asking, man. Hey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.